All right, welcome to today's Zoom session. It is Tuesday, 23 April. This is Rahman coming at you here live. And we're here to discuss a few very important things. First and foremost, for those of you who we've just had some discussions right now before we got to recording, the process for Cryptonaire Network is remarkably easy. Everything is discussed already inside of the dashboard itself. Once you go on the dashboard, you're going to see a video of me talking, and the video is quite short. It literally labels and outlines everything you need to do. If you go to Cryptonaire Accelerator on the menu and you go to the video presentation discusses absolutely everything for you, step by step, with clear instructions on a screen share. So it's impossible to get lost or confused in any way. The Zoom sessions are designed mainly to give you new information, right? So I hop on to the Zoom sessions to give you new information. There is going to be a different type of Zoom session, which will be taking place every single 2 days. And that Zoom session is going to outline to you all the specifics. So people like Jed over here or CD don't get confused on certain areas. So I will give you a Zoom session that's every single 2 days that you can use to promote Cryptonaire Network. You can use to bring your audience in, and also is going to outline all of the details on Cryptonaire Network, on MintHub, on how to use the platform, why you should use it, and get involved in it, and all of that good stuff. This particular Zoom session where I hop on live on video, I'm going to discuss with you live information. And to discuss live information with you, I cannot and I will not give you information from the past. That stuff you can find on the YouTube channel, Cryptonaire Network. It's got all of the videos, why you should purchase MintHub, for example, the passive income details for it. It discusses about the Cryptonaire Network system, how you can make the most of it, how you can make great money with it, and all of that stuff. So that's all discussed on the Zoom sessions where I hop on video, I hop on screen share, I show you some stuff in live time, and I discuss some very important topics. That's why I record these sessions. Now, even if I disappear and I stop doing Zoom sessions and I stop talking to you, many things are in place in a Cryptonaire Network that will still help you earn remarkable money, that will still move things forward. One of those things are when you register someone to, with your referral link, sharing with them the details on Cryptonaire Network. You don't even have to talk about anything to them. They just go through the menu on the dashboard and it does all of the talking for you. The marketing process is completely automated and it goes out on a daily basis, whether it's email, whether it's a Telegram message, and I do broadcasts at the end of that. So I have this big automation in place that gives all the information every single day to you. And then at the same time, on the dashboard, every single thing is explained in as clear a manner as possible. Now, what I'm discussing on this Zoom session is something very important, and this is to do with branding. What I'm going to be doing with the Cryptonaire Network is I'm actually going to be flying out either tomorrow or the day after to meet the designer of Cryptonaire Network. He designed the Cryptonaire Network PDF. He designed a lot of the promotional images. I'm going to actually add the promotional images inside of the dashboard. He designed the images that go into the emails, the images that go into any messages or anything that I send out. He's the guy who designed Cryptonaire Network in terms of its looks. So what I'm going to do with this person, and I think it is safe to say that the first trip that I'm going to do should be a very important trip. And that important trip is going to be to meet the designer. I might introduce you to him. And I'm not going to tell you where until I'm going to send you a picture. And I want to see where you guys think I'm going to be. But I lived in this country for a few years. I love the city over there. One of my favorite cities in the world. Lived there for 3 years. And I'm going to take a long flight to go there to meet the designer to talk about the rebranding of Cryptonaire Network. What are some of the things we're going to rebrand? Not the logo at all, not the name, of course, but the rebranding is just going to be to make everything look smoother and to make everything work smoother. For example, the homepage of Cryptonaire Network. I want to make some changes to it to make it clearer, maybe put some more information on there, to give you promotional images and promotional videos, to make things look nicer, right? Make things look nicer. Things are working very well already. Commissions are getting paid out every single day. You guys are getting quite active. So what I'm going to do is commissions are going to start going out twice a day now. So commissions are going to start getting paid out twice a day, every single day. And you can make the most use of the system by using the copy paste marketing material. The copy paste marketing material, there's going to be more emails that are going to be on there, more images. I'm going to put all of the image files on there. I did share it on the Telegram, but you'd have to scroll way up for that. So I'm going to actually add the image promotional material inside of the Cryptonaire Network dashboard. Speaking of the dashboard is extraordinarily clear. As long as you have the attention span of above the average person. The average person right now has the attention span that lasts 1 second less than a goldfish. So about 20, 30 years ago, or whatever when the internet came about, actually, when somebody told you you've got the attention span of a goldfish, that was an insult. Now it's a praise because the average human being has an attention span 1 second less than a goldfish. And I think the goldfish has an attention span of about 7 seconds, is it? Or 8 seconds, 6 seconds? I can't remember. But just a few seconds, under 10 seconds for sure. An average human being has an attention span 1 second less. And so any errors or mistakes or setbacks, issues, challenges, failures that you have, I guarantee you is because of your attention span, because of your lack of focus. So you've got to focus on things. You've got to take things on a serious level. Have fun with money. Have a great lifestyle if you want to, have fun and travel around like I do. And I'm going to meet many of you in person. But when it comes to work and money, stop playing. This is my opinion on certain matters, is that there are plenty of people doing extremely well in Cryptonaire Network, which means you have the ability to do extremely well in the Cryptonaire Network. And if you don't, it means your attention span is low and you lack a serious level of focus. As someone starting fresh, the first thing I would do is I would log in to the dashboard and I would consume all of the content. Shouldn't that be the minimum requirement of someone to become successful, absorbing all of the information that's laid out in front of you, isn't that the isn't that the obvious? If it's obvious that, let's say you want to get rich, someone puts something in front of you that says this could make you extremely wealthy. Here's all the information. Wouldn't it be the bare minimum to actually go through that information? Yes or no? I'm gonna wait for some answers here. There's direct messages coming out. CD said yes, 100%. Camilla said yes. Randolph said yes. Mel said yes. Mofadal, Dr. Sanda said yes, absolutely yes. Lots of yeses are coming in. So this is the first thing you have to do. It's extremely important. For me, even though I'm building Cryptonaire Network, guys, I'm building it. My face is right here. I'm traveling halfway across the world to meet the first and most important, one of the most important members of Cryptonaire Network, which is the designer of Cryptonaire Network, to do a whole new rebranding. Right? First person I'm seeing. I'm going to see as many of you guys as possible as I travel around. Even me, even though I have generated um, what to a lot of people here would be an obscene amount of money, and some people here would be quite a small amount of money. Actually, we've got some big players hopping into Cryptonaire Network, but what for most of you right now would be an obscene amount of money, I still look around and look at other things out there in the market, and even though it's a nonsense, most of it, I still go through all of their information, every single drop of it, just to research what's going on in the market. I do that. So on your end, the minimum you should be doing, as many of you have agreed to over here, log into the dashboard and absorb all the information on the dashboard. Anything less, and you're not serious about yourself in any way, shape, or form, I'm not saying you have to buy anything. I'm saying absorb all the information. The more information you have on something, the more empowered you are on making certain decisions. Decide yes or no today. Don't be a maybe person. Maybe person is someone who, first of all, I would not want to meet ever. So I'm not here to meet maybe people. If you said to me, yes, I have purchased Cryptonaire Accelerator, I got into Mint Hub, I'm a Plus member, I got into the secret membership, I'd love to meet you. And if you say to me, I've looked at everything, I'm not going to buy, this is bullshit, I would love to meet you. But if you're in the Cryptonaire Network dashboard for longer than a day and you neither purchased nor unsubscribed, then it shows me you have a character of either indecisiveness or a certain level of stupid that I don't want to interact with. So you've got to go through all the information. Now, when it comes to this particular rebranding, there will be no, I would say, new information. I'm just going to make everything look nicer. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make everything look nicer. And I'm going to mold it all together. And I need to be in front of the designer to talk all of these details under one roof and get to work. So that's the first person I'm going to meet. I'll take a lovely picture Maybe I'll introduce you to this designer, and I'll introduce you to the city that I'm going to go to. Lovely city, and very well developed, great people. They always smile. Amazing food, by the way. Amazing food. And I'm very excited to go there. Haven't been there for a long time. And I lived there for about 3 years before. So that's a great city. That's where I'm going to be. And the first place I'm going to post this is on Instagram. We have an Instagram channel called Cryptonaire Network. And that's the first place I'm going to post that location. And every single time that I go to another country, another city, another town, another village, another farm, another province, meeting with Cryptonaire Network members, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post about it. And I'm going to post about it on Instagram. I'm going to post about it maybe on Telegram, but Instagram for sure, right? That's where you show a little bit of lifestyle, things of this nature. So I'll post it on the Cryptonaire Network Instagram channel. And yeah, that's basically the first location. There's a little bit of ass kicking that I did today in regards to having an attention span and the attention span has to state to yourself, not to me, not to your family, not to your loved ones. The attention span has to state that you are serious. That's what the attention span has to state. Now, this is a serious task with serious consequences. Either your attention span and your focus is there and you get great results and you're in a privileged position, or your attention span is not there, you get no results, and in the next few years, forget working class and middle class, you're a slave class. In the next few years, and we have seen this happening right in front of our eyes. In the previous generation, there was the working class, middle class, and there was the upper class, or the privileged class. Middle class has been wiped out right in front of us. You either have it or you don't. And that gap is going to get wider until it's literally the elite class or the slave class. You do not want to be in the slave class. But something tells me some of you here prefer the slave class. You prefer it because your lack of attention and your attention span is a joke. You haven't gone through some of the content, which tells me you don't take things seriously. And it's not even Cryptonaire Network that you don't take seriously, it's yourself. Because you like to dabble. You're a dabbler. And I've dealt with, seen, experienced, witnessed so many people across the world of all ages and sizes and shapes and businesses and income brackets. I have never in my life ever experienced in front of me a dabbler who's successful in any way. So, who will I meet along my travels, this Cryptonaire Network tour that I discussed on the previous Zoom session? It's very simple. If you decide yes, or if you decide no, yes, I will get involved in Cryptonaire Network and I want to succeed and I will promote and I'll work on it and I'm going to invest, then I'll be glad to see you. If you say no, I'll be glad to see you also. If you have created content, whether you have made money from it or not, I'd love to see you. If you've brought leads onto the system, made at least a sale, at least a commission, you've been paid a commission, I'd love to see you. And so these are the people that I would love to see. Those that I absolutely will not see are indecisive people, because the people you're around are not only a reflection of you, but it will seep into your areas in life. So if you're indecisive and I'm hanging around with you, chilling with you, talking with you, having coffee with you, having dinner with you, guess what? Your indecisiveness might just rub off on me. And the thought of being indecisive disgusts me. So I can't be around people who are indecisive. So these are the people that I would love to meet in Cryptonaire Network. Now, Succeed said I need to kick my own ass on attention span. Yeah, you have to. Listen, for me personally, the reason I'm looking out, I'm looking at um, a lot of things in the market out there, whether it's nonsense or not, and I dive deep into it and I look at it with a full attention, is some of these projects are somewhat doing well. Some of them have some interesting things. Some of them are absolutely failing. And I would love to see why something succeeds, why something fails, really dive into their sites and things like this. And so I'm doing research on things I know I'm not going to buy. But look at that decisiveness. I would sit down and consume the whole thing, even though I'm not buying and dabbling into it. So the fact that you're buying or dabbling into it to maybe have massive levels of success and you haven't gone through all of the content tells me, and it should tell yourself at this point now that we're having this discussion, that you're not as serious as you claimed to yourself on becoming successful. Now, the numbers right now are incredible. They continue to grow, which means you're doing a good job as a collective. So I'd like to congratulate you on that. However, there's always room for improvement. And the room for improvement here is for you to increase your attention span on Cryptonaire Network. Take it serious. Once a day, pick the time, go through the content, or do it in one big sitting. Heck, some of you guys go on Netflix, go to a series, and what do? You go through as many episodes as you can. You've lost track of the time. And what you really done is you made Netflix rich. Netflix have your attention. Netflix sells your attention by having television series and movies paying them because they're showing, hey, there's this idiot here who loves to waste their own time. Look how much viewership we have, and then they sell the viewership. So you're giving away money and time. Doesn't make any damn sense to me. What makes sense to me is you go through all of the content in Cryptonaire Network, which educates you and puts money in your pocket. I'm not paying out zero commissions, guys. The commissions are getting paid out like in the boatloads. I mean, twice a day now I'm going to start paying out. It's really growing. However, it could do better. It could do better, not only in terms of the commissions that I'm paying out, which is a record high right now, but at the same time, it could do better because of your attention span. And by increasing and improving on where you place your attention, you're going to get better results. Now, first location will be in the next few days. It might even be tomorrow. I'm excited to go there. Might even be tomorrow. As soon as I go there, I will take some pictures, make some videos, maybe do a Zoom session with the designer. Will be an interesting time. It's the first location. There's several Cryptonaire Network members there. So when I post about it, then I will organize a get-together. You can hang out, have a great time, and get to mingle with each other, as long as you're decisive. Indecisive people, I mean, you're not going to last on the table. Not even a second. Why? Because I'm decisive, and I'm very decisive about the type of people that I keep around. And I'm also very decisive in terms of where I place my attention, what I do in the day. Everything is decisive. So I like decisive people. These are the people I would love to meet. I wouldn't consider myself too much of an introvert, but I don't like to meet people. I don't like to meet people. I don't like to hang out. I don't like to sit and do nothing. I like to meet decisive people. People with a view in life that's interesting, could be opposing views. And these are the type of people that I'm going to meet. Now, first person I'm going to meet is the designer of Cryptonaire Network. We're going to discuss all of the rebranding. So that would be very interesting. And these things don't take as long as people might think. It's not that I'm Superman, but it should only take a few days for a complete rebranding of Cryptonaire Network. It shouldn't take anything longer than that. And that's because not only am I decisive, but I'm very clear on my intentions. I'm very clear on what is needed, why it's needed, the changes that are taking place, and the results that it will bring in. Very decisive on it. And not only decisive on it, I have that skill set because I've tested things. I've tested things for many years with real data and real information. And you guys have given enough data and information for me to look at Cryptonaire Network and say, you know what? We're going to make slight alterations here and there, patch things up and make it even nicer. And so that's the first location that I'm going to go to. It's very, very exciting stuff. We've got Inua, who mentioned it is ended up sending a direct message, but said something very nice, which is very true. Rahman, I have been your ardent follower since 2021. I paid the 97 USDT to be a full member of Cryptonaire. I'm surprised that in the new website, I don't have access to the members area. Kindly resolve this for me. That might be something that I do also. I might actually put the members area inside of the AI dashboard. I think it's clearer than creating a members area outside of the platform. But by the way, you have access. You have access. You just forgot your access. So I need to just send you the link for it. Um, and you have access to it, but I'm going to put it inside of the dashboard. The reason I didn't put it inside of the members area for Cryptonaire Network.ai is simply because when I want to make a change in the dashboard, now I've got to deal with my team. But because I hosted it somewhere else, I can make the changes instantly. I can make the changes instantly. And that's why it's hosted like that. So if you're missing it, it's because you maybe didn't pay attention to the emails for the that I sent out many months ago. I sent out a lot of emails to old members, basically getting you registered for Cryptonaire Network.ai, mentioning to you very clearly about the membership site still remaining and that it will always remain and that you already have access and that everything is fine. And a few other things I mentioned to you guys about the Mint Hub bonus and the double commission structure for purchasing Cryptonaire Accelerator and how I'm going to hook you up. And I sent out an email about that a good, I don't know how many times, 7+ times, 10+, 15 times, but many, many times I've mentioned it. You might have missed it. So I will see what's happening in your account there. Now, speaking of attention span, we've spoken about the details there. After this Zoom session, within the next 24 hours, show up of hands, say yes if you will go through all of the content inside of the dashboard. You're going to log into the dashboard, you're going to go through the menu and the videos. Say yes if you're going to do that. And it shouldn't take you long at all. It shouldn't take you anything more than an hour, hour and a half. CD said yes. Look at that. Dr. Sanda. Dr. Sanda has been with us for a very long time. Dr. Sanda has gone through all of the information already. I didn't even have to ask if Dr. Sanda went through all the information. I know Dr. Sanda went through all the information already, and Dr. Sanda still said, I will go through all of the information in the next 24 hours. Matt said, I would love to, but I need my access sorted. Again, Matt, you have access. If you don't have access, go to any email I've sent in the past few months, click on the link, and complete your registration. You have access. All right. So too many yeses for me to state, but everybody, there's a lot of people here that are going to go through it. And just to let you know, there are some names here, not just Dr. Sanda. There are some names here who I know have gone through all of the information already, and even they are going through the information again. And this is something that a mentor of mine taught me. The mentor, I should say, many years ago. He said, Rahman, the big difference between only doing $1 million or doing tens of millions of dollars is the difference between double checking and triple checking. That's the difference. So what happens when you go through the same piece of information? You're going to pick up something again that you didn't pick up the last time. And so I don't read many books. I'm not Ty Lopez, one book a day. I think that's nonsense. I'm a fan of reading the same book over and over again and making sure that the damn author knows what he's talking about. That's what I'm a fan of. And this is something that is very, very important, because I will state some things to you and it might go over your head. Everything that I state is literally from personal experience and from data that is completely proven, period. So, even though I do these Zoom sessions and have these lengthy discussions with you, I don't make a mistake on anything I tell you. I'm very clear that any information I give you is based on real results, that it works, and there's plenty of proof to back it. So it's not a form of opinion. For example, the copy paste marketing swipes work. Plenty of you have made money from it. If you've made money from the marketing material, literally copy and pasting and nothing else, and you've gotten results from copy pasting, I want you to say, write copy paste. Write copy paste. Let people see right now that there are people copy pasting and making great money, who've earned a commission at least by copy pasting the marketing material. Anything on the marketing material, whether it was the message swipe, whether it was the email swipe, whatever the case is. Who here has copy pasted and earned a commission? Frank School said, I have watched every video on your YouTube channel, some several times. I have learned a lot. I'm glad you have. I'm glad you have. Anything I share with you guys is literally based on uh, pain that I've gone through. Pain. I'll give you an example. Uh, One time I ran some paid ads. I ran it promoting a digital product, did a PowerPoint presentation. The PowerPoint presentation was it was a dark background and it was white writing. The ad platform made there was a few errors, and so there were mistakes that happened. I do the presentation, and I just about made my money back, but I still had costs to pay for, and I struggled to eat for 2 weeks. I had to really I had nothing left because of the mistakes that I made. Now, same traffic, same audience, same presentation, same mistakes, white background, dark writing. And I managed to pay rent and live like a king. One small change. So if I tell some of my friends, hey, a light theme on the website is going to make more money, then it's going to make them a heck of a lot more money than where they currently stand. And if we look at Cryptonaire Network right now, on the home section, there are some places that it's a dark background. So one of the remodeling, one of the changes that we're going to make is we're going to make it a light background. We're going to make it a lot more clear and look a lot more crisp and clean. So that's one of the rebranding changes we're going to make. And so anything I tell you is based on facts. You'll struggle to find an error in anything that I've told you, whether it's someone like Dr. Sanda, who's been with us for a long, long time, whether it's Russ, who's been with us for a very long time. Some of you here have known me for years before I set up Cryptonaire Network. And I'm not known for making errors or misjudgments because I base everything based on data and stats. So while we're doing great in Cryptonaire Network, while Mint Hub is doing remarkable, while the commissions that are getting paid out are ever increasing, I do also want to obviously improve you on every metric. And so that's why we discussed attention span on this video. This is also why I'm doing this Cryptonaire Network tour, is to meet with as many of you as possible. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, we're going to cut this short. We're going to have the next Zoom session in the next few days in that new location. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there and have a healthy discussion. What you need to do now in the next 24 hours is to go through all of the content inside of the dashboard. As a matter of fact, don't buy Mint Hub, don't buy Cryptonaire Accelerator, don't buy the secret membership, don't buy anything until you've gone through all the information. This is how important it is to go through information. Don't buy anything until you go through the information, and it's all there, 100% of it. I guarantee you with $100,000 that there is not one piece of information missing from the dashboard, not one single piece. Any question you can have, any question about Cryptonaire Network, Mint Hub, why you should purchase, what it is and what it does, any piece of information, any question you have, I guarantee you with $100,000, the answer is in the menu. In the dashboard. Guarantee you. So go through all of the information. Don't make a move until you do. Got heated up there. Some passion. Now, that's all I want to say on this Zoom session. We're going to meet up in the next few days. I'm going to reset the timer. Thursday's a good time. Friday's a good time. But I think the next Zoom session we're going to do will be on Saturday, just to be sure, at this new location by the time the next Zoom session is taking place. This is Rahman signing out. Go take action. The task you have to do in the next 24 hours is to go through all the information on the dashboard. It's going to do many things for you. First of all, if you're someone like Dr. Sanda, who has guaranteed gone through all of the information, always shows up on the Zoom sessions, always on point, always sharp, sharper than me. Someone like that, why would they need to go through all of the information? It's very simple. They need to go through all of the information so that it is fresh on your mind, so that you can get better results by maybe clearing up any information anyone asks you. So that's important. And if you go through the information, you will notice that I mentioned that you don't have to answer any questions to anyone you share a Cryptonaire network with. One golden response is all that's required. And the golden response is mentioned in the dashboard. So I'm going to leave it at that. Go find what that golden response is and go through all of the information. Anyway, you've sent some messages. Let's talk after the Zoom session over here. I've got a few things to plan out, and I'm going to pay out commissions after this Zoom session. And then what we're going to do is discuss a few things on email. I'm going to send out this recording over here, and we're going to go from there. This is Rahman signing out. Until next time.